Good morning. Welcome to the second hour of Tracks Momentum with me, Anil, on the mic. It is time for Face to Face, and today we have a rather interesting topic that all of us are being extremely vigilant about, and that's scams. It's all, something that began many years ago with 420 scams to love scams, and scammers are always thinking of new ways to outsmart us. Hence, it is paramount that we stay vigilant and to talk to us on everything that we need to know to avoid ourselves from being scammed. Our special guest in the studios today is the Chief Operations Officer of Yayasan Digital Malaysia. His name is Mr. Ahmad Faizal Zulkipli. Mr. Faizal, good morning.
Morning.
And welcome to Tracks.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you here. It's such a timely interview that we're having because I think there cannot be a better time for us to enlighten our listeners and teach them how to protect themselves from these scammers. So perhaps we can start off by you telling us about Yayasan Digital Malaysia and what is it that you do, your role in this organization.
All right. First of all, thanks to TRAXXfm for having me today. Short brief about Yayasan Digital Malaysia. Basically, Yayasan Digital Malaysia is a foundation set up established on 2021 officially. Then we are focusing on promoting of digital literacies and then the safeguarding and public against digital threat. Right. So for this our movement based on five structures or five elements where we call it STAR. Mm-hmm. STAR stands for Strong, Talented, Achiever and Result Oriented. Is program related to human capital developments. Mm-hmm. For example, we have a e-games roadmap program. From the gamers towards to game developers and so on, and also we have kind of CTF events, capture the flag event for cybersecurity enthusiasts. Okay. And then we have a mind matching industry needs and demand. This is where we try to reduce the gap between education institute with the industries, because as we know, student they finish their studies maybe take to 5 years, 4 years, right? Mm-hmm. So when they enter the university and so on, during the time the technology is different, and then when they graduate, it's technology more advanced. Of course. So industry required the people that can handle the current technology. So that is where sometimes our syllabus at the IPTA is not backward or something, but we have to catch up the industry as well. So we need the collaboration with industry and the IPT. So part of it, we as a Yayasan Digital Malaysia, we become like connecting the dot, where we do this technology transfer, staff attachment and so on. And then we have entrepreneurship programs called SPEED, stand for Strategic Program Entrepreneurship Enhancement and Development. Right, and also we have this for marketability program, industry certificate, we call it EIE, Excellent in Education. EIE. And then the last one is I2C, stand for Innovate to Commercial. Wow. So Yayasan Digital Malaysia movement is based on these five key elements. I see. All right, so as we know, in this digital world currently, so we also have provided trainings. For example, we also have a campaign for awareness. We also do have the CSR program, like distribute of what we call a gadget like a laptop or tablet and so on, and also digital screen for some of selected schools. Okay. Right, and then this is very short brief of Yayasan Digital Malaysia, and my role in Yayasan Digital Malaysia is as a Chief Operation Officers. So whereby I have to look into all the fields under my wings. Basically, we have a few others segments such as cybersecurity. We have EV, We also have this telco, any related to telecommunications technologies, and then we also have this IoT department.
Internet of Things.
Yes, so anything related to digital, basically.
Digital, right.
Yeah,
Great.
it's a very short brief.
Okay. Now, Yayasan Digital Malaysia, I understand, is part of the GBAS, Gabungan Bertindak Anti-Scam. Now, can you tell us what are some of the other organizations that are part of this coalition, so to speak? And, what is your joint approach in creating the awareness and implementing guidelines to protect the public from being victims of being scammed by scammers?
All right. GBAS basically stand for Gabungan Bertindak Anti-Scam. Gabungan Bertindak Anti-Scam. It's a coalitions of a few organizations, including government agencies, government bodies, and then there is NGOs, and also corporates, and few others. For example, we have MCMC, we have Cyber Security Malaysia, PDRMs, and also we have this JPDP, Jabatan Perlindungan Data Peribadi, and also Bank Negara Malaysia, and then some of the NGOs like Yayasan Malaysia itself, and then we have Malaysia Crime Prevention Foundation, MCPF we call it, and then we have MCCA, and then a few other corporates also joining to support. So in order for us to what we call to do the coalitions, definitely we have something to share, right?
Yes.
So basically, each of the entity we have, and also they have their own campaign on these anti-scams, right? And then when we try to pull all the strength from all the entity, and then we come up with some program. Also, we call it Jelajah Anti-Scam Kebangsaan.
I see.
Previously, last month, we just finished in Johor Bahru. Soon, if I'm not mistaken, inshallah, on June, we're going to help in Kedah. All right. So for this, in this Jelajah Anti-Scam Kebangsaan, there is plenty of information. There is what we call distribution of information or what we call leaflet and so on for people to get understand how it's happened, why, and how to protect themselves and so on. So every entity sharing their own method. For example, Yayasan Digital Malaysia, our approach is more to simulation. Yes, we simulates how the modus operandi of the scammer syndicates. All right. And then at least, because as we know, as a human, you never know, or you never you never learn if you not face the issues, right? So we let them get scammed, and then we
sounds like a military exercise for me. Soldiers they sort of simulate the entire war zone so that they know what to do when things happen. Let's jump in for a quick break, sir. Thank you very much for sharing those insights. And we come back, you're going to tell us what is a scam. You're going to break it down for us. All right. Today on Face to Face, Anil on the mic, I'm having a conversation with Mr. Ahmad Faizal Zulkipli, the Chief Operations Officer at Yayasan Digital Malaysia, and today he's telling us all we need to know about scams. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Good morning and welcome back to Face on Tracks Momentum. I'm Anil on the mic, and joining me today in the studios live is Mr. Ahmad Faizal Zulkipli, the Chief Operations Officer of Yayasan Digital Malaysia, and he's telling us all we need to know about scams. Mr. Faizal, welcome back to Face to Face. So now we are touching on the main highlight today.
Right.
We want to know, and our listeners want to know, what is it that falls under the category of a scam? Break it down for us.
Okay, first of all, I believe most of us in Malaysia heard about scam words.
Yeah.
I think lately during our online, we have internet access and so on, right? Actually, the scam word is existing, I think, maybe since
Prehistoric.
plenty of years,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So scam actually anything related that designed to manipulate the target victim or target audience to gain something from them.
Okay.
Basically, it's a financials, right? But scam can be happen physically, face to face, and so on, right?
Yes.
Okay, but for Yayasan Malaysia, for Jibas, we are focusing on online scam.
I see.
All right, so that's the first we have to understand, because scam can be because some people doing scam on the streets as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so that one also we call scam.
Scam, yeah.
Right? But we are talking about online scam. Okay, anything related to communication, digital communication device. All right. So for scam, online scam basically involve of stealing money or personal informations, and then common example like a phishing websites, okay, to get the credentials, and then malware app to get access to your phones,
Yeah.
right, and then maybe over the phone like a Macau scam,
Yeah.
all right. So there's plenty of modus operandi. Okay, scammer syndicate also they are involved, or what we call they also revolutionize their method.
Evolving, yeah.
So depending on this current situation, what's going on, you see, if government come up with something offer or something campaign, they also follow all the campaign, but they try to manipulate the issues, right? So that's part of the scam. For example, loans, investment scams, and so on. So for the hacking wise, basically, because some people quite confused, okay, when we go to listen to the talk about scam, or we saw all the awareness campaign through the social media, some people might be get confused, hackers and also scammers.
Right.
Actually, it's a related, okay, but two different entities.
Okay.
Okay, just explain. Okay, hackers basically the group of people or the individual, they know technically about the IT system. So their objective is to steal the data, to breach the data, or to drop, to delete, or to whatever they want to do on the system, the IT system.
Right.
All right. And then whatever they get, for example, the data itself, database, they're going to sell into dark web or deep web.
Yes.
So this is where, connected with the scam syndicate, this is a syndicate will buy all this data.
Wow. So they work together.
But that is where
That's how. Okay.
yeah,
all right.
that is how the chain goes
The chain
on.
goes. So they have sort of a quote unquote their own version of a coalition as well.
Yes, they also got the coalitions, right? Okay, so for cybersecurity Malaysia, for example, they are monitoring as well. This we call it cyber threat actor.
Yeah.
So threat actor. So if I'm not mistaken, currently more than 100 the active threat actor who they breach this Malaysian citizen data.
Right.
Okay, so they keep monitoring and so on. And then for scammer syndicate, basically, or scammer itself, they have basically they have what we call they don't have any IT technical knowledge and so on, but they know how to scam people using the script, manipulate all
Some
this
social engineering. And
yes, that's what we call social engineering. It's a good words. Basically, social engineering we use for cybersecurity terms. Okay, like we're doing a pen test and so on. But in medical language, we call it like hypnosis.
Hypnosis.
But in bahasa pasar, we call it bahasa pasar, is a pukau.
Pukau.
This is how it's happened. Because there is one raid happened, I think, a few years back in PJ by PDRM.
Okay.
For the syndicate, scam syndicate. They found this tablet
Okay.
full of scripts since 1999 scripts. Like last time there is a what we call a scam from Nigerian and so on.
Yes.
They send the email like I'm son of somebody's. I need to
I
transfer.
have a big amount of money that's stuck in some bank.
Until the latest scam, they have all the scripts.
Wow.
Okay, so definitely it's not individual. The scammers is not by
don't work-
individual
yes.
because they need a change of the scammers what we call the scam environment. For example, what they need first, they need data so they can get from that web, and then they need the technologies or they need what we call a template or MO modus operandi. So modus operandi basically by script.
Yes.
Or by the technology as well. For example, they come up with phishing page, so they hired all these so-called black hat and something.
You touched on phishing. You mentioned the
Yeah.
word phishing. Just a couple of days ago, I read an article of a new modus operandi by scammers, and it's called vishing, which is
Phishing voice.
voice phishing. So they sort of leave you a voicemail, and then they
Correct.
expect the victim to call them back, and then they pretend to be somebody from the postal office or person of authority, and they engineer the situation.
Yes.
Maybe, Mr. Faizal, you could touch on what are the latest modus operandis that are out there.
Modus operandi lasers, there is a few. Okay, one of the top is what we call is job vacancy.
Job vacancy.
Right, but there is a two type of scam of this job vacancy. Why? One of it is a straightforward, whereby they offer you some sort like doing this part-time job, light page and so on, and then you have to subscribe of this package, and then suddenly that one is normally for me is okay.
Okay.
Yes, you got scam, but the most dangerous, the last time that we found out, which they come out with the social media campaign, okay, offering a job. So for those, like our yachts, our what we call unemployed.
Yeah.
So they're quite interested with very good deals, good salaries, and so on.
Too good to be true.
Yeah, and then they start to communicate. So when they communicate, they're asking for interview. They ask all the victim to go for the interview. They do everything like normal.
Like a proper recruitment
Yes,
agency.
proper, yes.
Entire process.
Yes, until everybody will get this what we call offer letter. So everybody will excited where when they're gonna report their the duty, and then where and so on also there. So during the period waiting to come to the KL, okay, because they said their office in KL.
Okay.
They will ask all these victims to open up the accounts, and then they ask to buy the uniform, pay to a few things. But the most dangerous, open up the account, where they're gonna ask all the victims, because it's quite young, you
Yeah.
see, all our youth. So they come up with open up the account and then ask to send all the details, including the bank card, to them, and then they will get back when they come for report the duty.
Wow.
All right. So at the time of reporting day, everybody come to the office, so-called office, but the office is not there.
Wow.
For example, think level 38, but the building there is no level 38, something like that. So everybody felt like, oh, okay, we got scam. Okay, pass. So, but for them, maybe they didn't recognize that the most dangerous one is they has become mule account.
Mule accounts, yes.
That is the most dangerous.
Wow.
So currently for bank itself, we thanks to Bank Negara, where they have come up with very restriction rules for when anybody plan to have a new saving account and so on. So you required to present either what we call offer letter,
Yeah.
either from the company offer you job, or from the universities.
Okay. Okay.
To further
All right,
studies.
All right. Okay. All right. Wow. Good to. I mean, that's pretty interesting to know that. That's the latest scam that's out right now. New modus operandi. We're gonna jump in for another quick break, and when we come back, we'll resume with our discussion and get some statistics on what are some of the scam cases that's going on today on Face to Face. I'm speaking to Mr. Ahmad Faizal Zulkipli. He's the Chief Operations Officer of Yayasan Digital Malaysia, and we're letting you know all you need to know about scams. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. morning and welcome back to Face to Face on Tracks Momentum. My name is Anil on the mic, and with us today in the studios is Mr. Ahmad Faizal Zulkipli. He's the Chief Operations Officer at Yayasan Digital Malaysia, and he's telling us all we need to know about scams. Mr. Faizal, welcome back to Face to Face. Now, I believe that you have some statistics, so perhaps you can share with us the statistics of the latest scam cases that are going on, reported in Malaysia.
All right. This data based on the official reports by PDRM. For example, we take like 2022. The total reported scam financial losses reported about 760 million.
Wow.
Right. That's for 2022. But for the last year, the total the total value of this scam case is about 1.3 billion. Okay, wow. So it's a double up the numbers, you see. And then for this year, I just have about until February.
Okay,
that has been reported to PDRM is 500 something million. So you imagine when we until December for this year, I don't know. I have no clue. You see, what's the total number? Maybe 2 billion or 3 billion, something like that. So this must be something we do not know. We don't know why these numbers keep increasing. Yeah. Because as far as our concern, yes, there is a plenty of people. There is a plenty of entity, organization involved in to do the educations, to come up with the campaign and so on. But still happen. Okay?
So who is it that are most vulnerable to become victims of these scams? You mentioned the numbers and the figures are just getting higher and higher. So perhaps. Seems like maybe the scammers are getting better at profiling their victims so that they get a higher success rate. So, Mr. Faizal, tell us, who do you think are most vulnerable to be targeted by these scammers, and what are some of the laws in place to protect them?
Okay.
The victims, not the scammers.
The most vulnerable target audience basically is everybody.
Everyone.
All right. So, but it's depending on this what we call their knowledge and also how the vulnerable they are. For example, for the senior citizen, for example, maybe they have less access into this kind of awareness campaign, because they use this mobile or gadget, all this digital gadget, just to communicate with maybe their families, members, and so on, right? So suddenly when those so-called scam syndicates, call her or call him, our atuk our opa dekat rumah, so they also have the what we call less of so-called skeptical about this kind of thing. So they're
very naive.
They're naive. They trust everything. See. So that's one of the reason why. And then another reason that we found out for senior citizen is for example, please we as a child or son or daughter and so on, please keep in touch with our parents, because love is number one. Sometimes, they feel like, or they got lonely. Sometimes there is nobody call or text her or text him. So they start to explore another things.
Yeah.
So from that, the other person or the other friend share another thing, keep on explore. Then they fall on this kind.
So on that, I'm going to ask you to give us first-hand advice for all of our listeners who have got elderly parents at home. Give us a step-by-step approach on how do we advise them so that they can protect themselves from not being scammed, Mr. Faizal.
Okay. My good advice, because I practice with my mom as well.
Sure.
Okay. So last time, my mom, I didn't give her this smartphone.
Okay.
I give the whole one.
Just the one with the keypad.
Yes, they got the keypad, like we call it the 90s phone.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Then again, there is a risk for what we call a phone call scam. Macau scam. So my simple advice to my mom: if you have any call, any message, anything, all right, not come from me, not come from my family members, please ignore. Simple. That's number one. All right. And then if let's say some people send the link, try to call to approach or what so on. So simple. Just hang up the phone, call your son, call me, all right? So I will verify anything if it's come from PDRM or it come from Bendagara, and so I will verify. Please call, let me know. Give me the number. That's it. Okay. So my mom, yes, he he follow my rules. Okay. You want to use the phone, you follow my rules. Okay. We have to, and then keep in touch with them.
Okay.
Because yes, we understand we are in KL. Sometimes our parents in somewhere else, in Kedah, for example. So please keep in touch, because when they got lonely, they start to explore something, and then from there is what we call is a window for them to get to got scammed.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I was about to throw another curveball over to you, because now scammers even have another modus operandi. All they need is a voice sample of you.
Yes.
And with artificial intelligence, they can replicate you saying a particular sentence, saying, I'm in trouble, I need help, can you come over to me? And it sounds exactly like the person himself.
Yes.
And the people who are vulnerable, these elderly people, could fall victim. They can fall into this trap. And as you mentioned, the advice to give them is hang up, call me back.
Yes. Because there is another technique we call spoof ID caller.
Spoof ID, tell us briefly about that.
So we can spoof the numbers as well. I can call you through this. For example, I put the IPD, for example, IPD KL, IPD Wangi, and so on. I can put the caller ID, and then maybe you're also using this some apps like ID caller trace, right? So the numbers will appear on your phone is actual numbers.
They mask it.
Yes. So
right.
And then I'm using this kind of technology AI for the voice, right? So you as a so-called become a victim, okay, potential victim. So definitely it's easy for you to get pukau.
Yeah.
You see, to get pukau. So because the number is correct, the voice is correct. You see, so it's all this methodology used for social engineering technique. Then you start to believe.
Yes.
When you start to believe, they put in the fear factor and so on, it's more easy for them to pukau you. Right? So, all this can be countered by hang up the phone, you call them back. You call the same number. For example, if let's say the number is Bukit Ahmad, if the number come from me, you hang up the phone, you call me. Always put skeptical mind on anything incoming call or from maybe unknown numbers or something like that. Please have this kind of mental, this kind of what we call
suspicion.
Yes.
Always have this suspicious attitude towards anything.
Yes.
If it's someone from authority, I think that's our key takeaway over here. Everyone, not only the elderly, even people like us, you know, the youths, the millennials, whoever it is, as long as you use a mobile phone, I guess, if you receive a phone call from anyone who pretends to be a person of authority, a police officer or so on, demanding for money or things of sort, you know, politely say, I'll call you back.
Yeah. Because don't say that this, for example, don't say that the elderly people is a main target. Yes, sometimes. But when we check the background of the people, it's professors.
Wow.
Teachers, lecturers, doctors. So, for me, I you know, I can't blame it.
Yes, people from all walks of life.
Yeah. Still got scammed.
Okay.
Meaning to say, that's why I said, it's the scam, what we call, anybody can facing this kind of scam issues.
Right. Mr. Ahmad Faizal Zulkipli, thank you so much for setting aside your time and being with us today here in Face to Face. We learned a lot of things from you today. We learned how to protect ourselves from being scammed, or pukau, a much harder word in Malaysian terms. Your final words, sir, before we let you go.
Okay. For my final word, basically, first of all, I would like to address to all the listeners and also viewers, please get involved or what we call get to know all this kind of scam campaign, anti-scam campaign, because we are using all this digital. When we have all this digital gadget, you see, is definitely we are forced on the risk of to get scammed, to become as cybercrime victim and so on. So please take note, and also just follow whatever government campaign or any organization doing all this kind of campaign. For example, JIBAS, organized by Cybersecurity Malaysia, we have Jelajah Anti-Scam Kebangsaan, and also there is a social media campaign as well. Please take note, and please spread to at least your family members about whatever you have, whatever the knowledge that you gain.
Okay.
You say, please share, because we have to protect ourselves. We have to protect our family, right? So take care of your gadget.
Yeah.
Take care of your bank account or your personal details. Do not share too much on the social media. Sometimes you got someone from the PDRM, maybe traffic. You share, oh, today I got someone, blah blah blah, something. But there's plenty of detailed information of you inside. So this is the most thing I can share. Please take care of yourself when we go to digital worlds, right? Do not simply trust anybody's, okay? Do not click any link, okay? Because the very dangerous on the scam MO is APK scam. Scam APK, because they hijack the entire phone.
Wow.
So they can manipulate the online banking transaction. They can yesterday come out the hot news on newspapers, on all these channels. People keep sharing about KWSP or EPF statements.
Wow.
Right? So that one for me is supposed not happen.
Wow. Okay. Okay. All right, Mr. Ahmad, Faizal, Zulkipli, thank you very much for your valuable advice.
Thank you.
And I should say we look forward to having you again in the studios, because this is a long thing we can actually talk about. But you have a lovely rest of the day. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, that is a wrap for today's edition of Face to Face. I just had a conversation with Mr. Ahmad Faizal Zulkipli, the Chief Operations Officer at Yayasan Digital Malaysia. He spoke to us on pretty much everything we need to know to protect ourselves from being scammed. And as he mentioned, just to recap, if you ever get a phone call from anyone who claims to be from the police department, from the constabulary, saying that there is an arrest warrant against you and you need to pay so and so amount, very politely hang up and call them back to validate and verify that. Okay? If you missed out on any part of the conversation, worry not. You can catch the replay by visiting TRAXXfm official's Facebook page or our YouTube channel. See you in a bit.